Hello, good morning. We will discuss today lecture number 9 of the title of the lecture is Audit of Record to Report Process. This is under the subject Auditing and Assurance Concepts and Applications, Part 1. Let's understand the meaning of record to report. In your basic accounting, this is simply the accounting cycle that starts from recording of transactions to the general journal up to the preparation of the financial statements. The reason why the auditor must be concerned in this record to report process is to identify possible loopholes in internal control in order to avoid possible material misstatements. Organizations often use several types of financial data to assess their performance. One of these methods includes record to report, which involves recording and reporting financial transactions and data. In today's modern world, in modern auditing, we simplify the accounting process by simply calling it record to report. This means the auditor must closely observe the presence of strong internal control, from journalizing to posting to general ledger trial balance up to the point of reporting. Understanding the record to report process can help company assess an organization's financial performance and gain essential insights to help develop improvements and strategies to optimize operations and performance. In this particular understanding of this process, once the auditor was able to identify weaknesses in internal control, it would be more appropriate for the auditor to make further recommendations to improve the process. The improved process would result to a more reliable financial information. As I have said, the auditor should ensure that internal controls are present in the record to report process to ensure reliability of financial information. Reliability means there is no material misstatement in all components of financial statements. This is now the definition of record to report process. It is a process that finance and accounting professionals use to collect, process, and present financial data. We call them accounting professionals because an accounting professional always maintain integrity at all times. To make the data reliable, the one processing the data must have the highest level of integrity. The record portion involves documenting an organization's financial transactions, and the report component involves creating financial statements. In business, specifically in accounting, The accountant at the start of the transaction must ensure that every journal entry must be supported by sufficient documents. The documents themselves will prove the reliability and truthfulness of financial information. Management and stakeholders of organizations use this data to understand and assess their financial, operational, and strategic performance. The main reason why we are concerned with this process is to help management, particularly top management, to formulate strategies to further improve business performance. All strategies are coming from the reliability of financial information. They can use these insights to identify different functions of the organization that are meeting or exceeding expectations and areas that need improvement. Example, the financial information would tell everybody how the marketing department performs by just looking at the total sales. If we can see continuous increase in total sales in the current period as compared in the previous period, we can see how the marketing department works. The president in general, we can see the performance of the president by just looking at the net income. Continued increase in net income would further inform us the performance of the president. When it comes to production, we can see in the financial statements how the production department performs by seeing the number of units produced as compared to the expectations of the consumers. What is the importance of record to report? It improves decision making. As we have said, we have repeatedly emphasized that the basis of decision is always based on financial information. Helps ensure compliance. The accountant, while preparing the financial statements, is always thinking of compliance with accounting standards, government regulators, and other laws that should be complied. Number 3, supports tax reporting. The reliability of net income would support a more truthful net income that would result to the correct income tax payable or income tax expense. Let's explain them in detail. Improves decision making. The process creates financial statements for the organization's internal and external users that outline its performance. The person holding the financial statements is always looking for the performance of the company. By just looking at the financial statements, the reader may decide whether to continue or not to continue investing in that company if the reader is an investor. Management can use this data to assess whether the organization can meet its finance and performance goals and develop strategies as needed. Other stakeholders may use it to make informed investment decisions. What do you mean by meet finance and performance goals? If the top management is using the financial information to monitor its performance, primarily they always doing it on interim basis, probably on a monthly basis. If the management wants to determine if they are hitting the sales quota, just look at the financial information and compare the present sales volume with the targeted sales volume. In doing so, they can assess whether the company is meeting its financial and performance goals. As I have said, the investors are always looking at the performance of the company because the money that they have invested is always at stake in that particular company. Let's continue. Helps ensure compliance. Organizations follow strict regulations for financial reporting and accounting activities, which can vary depending on their location or industry. Compliance with regulators. Depending on the industry, if you are conducting an audit of a banking institution that is within the banking industry, the banking industry has its own regulations as promulgated by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. If you are conducting an audit of an insurance company, it is regulated by the Insurance Commission. If you are conducting an audit of an educational institution, it is regulated by either the Department of Education or the Commission on Higher Education. The record to report process provides organizations with a consistent method for gathering, validating, and reporting financial data that help them maintain compliance and accuracy in these activities. If you are the accountant, of course, you will gather data, supporting documents for every transaction. The documents are not sufficient. Before the accountant will record that particular transaction, the accountant is always bearing in his mind compliance with laws and regulations. Even if the transaction is supported by documents, but if that transaction does not comply with the specific rules, laws, and regulations, the accountant is not supposed to recognize that transaction. So these are the examples of compliance. Submission of audited financial statements to Securities and Exchange Commission of publicly listed corporations. Only the publicly listed corporations are required to submit audited financial statements. But other corporations, even though not publicly listed, are encouraged to submit audited financial statements. This is one typical example of compliance with rules of the regulators. Quarterly submission of financial statement to Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas of financial institutions Another compliance requirement that should bear in mind so that penalties can be avoided. Let's continue. Supports tax reporting. Besides making performance decisions, organizations often use the information held in financial reports to perform tax calculations, particularly the net income. But we have to remember accounting income is different from taxable income. Even though the net income was presented in accordance with the accounting standards, the accounting income always differs with taxable income. In this matter, the accountant as well as the auditor must be knowledgeable on accounting for income tax so that we can reconcile the taxable net income with the accounting income. The accurate, organized data gained through the record-to-report process can help finance and accounting professionals assess tax liabilities and develop relevant tax strategies to save money as needed. What do you mean by tax strategies? By using financial data, the accountant may develop strategy that may lessen the payment of income and other taxes. Let's now discuss the best practices for record-to-report process. Number one, create standardized processes and procedures. When we say standardized, the standard should be used by everybody in the company. In creating standardized processes and procedures, the company must create a well-written, clear policy on operations. Number two, consider implementing automation programs or tools. Of course, in today's modern world, everybody is adopting a computerized system. So, implementing automated system would lessen error in reporting. It would promote accuracy and reliability. Number three, promote communication and collaboration. The accounting department is the one responsible in preparing financial statements. But in doing so, the accounting department must communicate, coordinate, and collaborate with other departments such as marketing, production, human resource in order to make the financial statements preparation more smooth and efficient. Example, in estimating doubtful accounts, the accounting department should collaborate with the collections department to arrive at a most reliable allowance for doubtful accounts. When it comes to production, the accounting department must collaborate with the production department in order to arrive and to confirm the reliability of the inventories reported therein, specifically raw materials, work in process, and finished goods. Consultation with other stakeholders. stakeholders. The accounting department, specifically the chief finance officer, must do regular consultation with stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? Inside the organization, the employees, the low-ranking personnel are considered stakeholders. Outside the company, the customers and the suppliers are stakeholders. The investors, potential investors, are stakeholders. The CFO should do regular consultation so that estimates can be done in a more reliable manner. Let's discuss them one by one. Create standardized processes and procedures. One of the core components of performing record report process is having accurate financial data. And we can attain that accuracy if we have clear-cut policies and procedures concerning accounting and reporting. These are the examples. Having clear-cut accounting policies and procedures with standardized account title. The purpose of standardization is to have uniformity, specifically in accounting practice. Letter B, policies on access level in case of computerized accounting system. This is very crucial, even in the eyes of the auditor. The access level should be limited to the job description of an employee. An employee is not supposed to be given access to the computerized system if that access is not included in the job description of that particular employee. Consider implementing automation programs or tools. Most companies today are adopting different software and application systems to automate all aspects of operations. In accounting, the purpose of automation is to provide reliable financial information. The main reason why everybody wants to automate everything is to make everything faster, to make everything accurate. Below are the most common examples of automation. Letter A, computerized accounting system with predefined transaction codes that automatically generates journal entries. You just imagine if your accounting system will generate automated journal entries, you don't need to hire more people. This can be done with lesser personnel. That is one advantage of having an automated or computerized accounting system. Letter B, inventory management system that provides running balance of inventory items and automatically computes weighted average unit cost. You just imagine the convenience provided by automation, specifically in inventory management system. There is no need to prepare manual logbook, manual ledger. It is the system itself who will provide the running balance and will automatically compute the weighted average unit cost. Next, promote communication and collaboration. All departments should have constant communication with each other to achieve the objective of record to report process. I have mentioned this a while ago that when the accounting department is preparing financial information, financial statements, they should coordinate with other departments like collection, marketing, production, and human resource management. The system of production department should interface with the computerized accounting system for a more reliable inventory reports. Usually, the user of inventory management system is the production department. So, the production department continuously using the computerized inventory management system that automatically connects with the computerized accounting system for the generation of journal entries. Next, the automated attendance system of human resource department should be linked to the payroll system maintained by the accounting department for the timely processing of salaries and wages. Another significant collaboration and communication. There is no need to prepare manual payroll. So whatever is the computed salaries of the payroll system will automatically be communicated with the computerized accounting system for the generation of journal entries. Next, consultation with other stakeholders. Stakeholders in this context may refer to customers, employees, and shareholders. We may also include suppliers and potential investors. Feedbacks from customers can help the entity improve the process and make the information readily available to them. That is the importance of feedback. We are not supposed to ignore feedbacks coming from the customers. The employees who know more about the details of the transactions should be consulted to make the system more effective and efficient. We have to accept the reality that the low-ranking employees are more knowledgeable on the details of the transaction. We have to consult with them every now and then. Feedback from shareholders would be of great help on the information that they want to see in the financial and other reports. We have to meet the expectations of the shareholders because they are the ones interested in the financial information. So let's now present the role of auditors in the record to report process. Number one, test of controls in recording and reporting should be done simultaneous with other areas of business operations. This is usually the concern of the auditor. Test the control so that we can identify possible risk in every transaction. Number two, The auditor verifies the presence of checking of journal entries by the accountant or whoever is the authorized person to do the same. This is part of testing of control and substantive testing. In sampling basis, verify if there is somebody checking the accuracy of each journal entry. Number 3, in case of a computerized accounting system, the auditor verifies the proper access level, which should be in accordance with the duties and responsibilities of the user. I have already mentioned this a while ago that the user of a computerized system is not supposed to be given an access beyond his or her job description. Number 4, performance of attestation and assertion function in the evaluation and analysis of record-to-report process. Attestation, everybody knows, verify the documents and other details of the transaction. Assertion, ensuring the correctness of the balances reported in the financial statements. That ends our lecture for today. So I will provide another recorded video as the need arises. Thank you and bye-bye.